Hey Stampin' friends, Darlene with Darling Stamps. So I am going to do a Terrific Tuesday and show 5 or 6 different ways of mastering uses of designer series paper. So the first one I want to show is this is a sheet that comes 12 by 12. It's kind of both sides, and this is actually our berry burst. So using the designer series paper, just cutting it down, using it as a full panel, and using a bit of border, I came in 1/4 of an inch. So this piece on an A2 card is going to be the 4 by 5 1/4. And doing the size allows me to have a full panel of the designer series paper, and then taking the same color, using it as my layer piece. And I've got some of this together, so I thought it would save some time, but it would also give you an idea. And I'm using the Daisy Delight as the stamp set, and I've already stamped my inside piece, and a lot of it is just using sizes that this one actually comes in an 1/8 of an inch. Remember, we did that with the last thing. So see, this has a wider edge on that. This has a little bit of an edge. Then I'm going to use my my Daisy, and if you use silicone mat, silicone mat will allow me to get some of the glue on here, and then get my little pieces off this. And then this goes down on here so I can cover my, I have a boo-boo. I have a boo-boo with this white, if you can see it. So I want to cover that, because I thought, well, I'm going to mess up my type of card by wasting it. And I thought, no, I'm not going to waste it. I'm just going to cover it up. All right, so there is one way to use designer series paper as a full panel. That's one. The second one is I'm using the Beautiful You, which is also a current set, taking designer series paper, and I took and did the tailor punch, and just punched out the designer paper, made kind of like a stained glass, and then used yellow as the base, which is actually the So Saffron, and then I have a white border that I haven't glued down yet, and then navy blue. Navy blue pulls this out. I thought about just leaving this on the blue, but then thought I needed just a little bit more. But what do you think? Should I leave that on or off? I think we'll leave that on. So that's another way. And then white, I want to pull the white out for the layer. But this kind of gives the background with the yellow popping up from behind. That's the second way of doing that. The next one I wanted to show, I'm going to use the same set, and I want to use a Celebrate on this one, but I want to use my old paper up, and I use the corner as a sample on another project. That one will go there. This is also the paper that is in the catalog that you can get based on, oh gosh, I need that one here, based on the in colors. And so they come with both sides, and it will be the in colors that are in the catalog. So these are my 3 pieces. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. And then we're going to put this also is the this is actually retired, so that's why I'm using it in my paper. This actually is the Dijon, yes, And so I want my leaf in there, and I want my burgundy in there. So let me cut this. I want that there, and this here. And then my leaf, there we go. Okay. So let me get this on here, and that way you can see how that works. But this is just using the pieces. Again, it's another way of using the designer paper. And I like the fact of this being simple. This design is super simple. And if you have a, I want to put this right here. If you have a design that you like, it is great to be able to have different choices, because we can sometimes get real hung up on trying to put so many layers and so many designs that we forget the simplicity of just making it super simple. So you can see this is not a whole lot in the way of the design, but it's giving another way of using the colors to really bring out the simplicity. And I'm going to put some little pearls on that, but I want to get, let's see, I want to use this one, and I already have that one, Wishing You a Brighter Day. I think we need to put our size down so I don't get, yeah, that'll work right there. And I want to use the burgundy for my, there we go. Because if we tie in the colors, that makes for a nice, cohesive, that's a nice word, cohesive. It's a nice word for today. Wishing you a brighter day to come. Okay, and let's jump up real quick. I wanted to show the pearls because then you get the full effect. So we've used two, counting on this one. All right, the next one is Mary Mallow and Gray, and the full panel on here is differently because we've put a die cut, we've stamped it. That's from the Star of Light. That's that swirl. It's like a wish of when the wind whirls around with stars, and then you stamp on. Make sure you use your stamp on the layer prior to putting it down, so that the layer underneath is any mist levels that you won't have any stamp variations on that. So that's a layer, like it's stamping on the DSP and using it as a whole color statement as well. The next one is a stamp set that I have, it's retired, and actually using the right markers, because sometimes when you stamp on an image and there's this white is a frame, that it's going to not be complete because it's actually, you can't lay flat. Your stamp is not going to be flat. So by using this actually allows the illusion of not of the frame, but that the actual print, the stamp has come off the page. So that's another way of using the background DSP as more of a framed art on that. And then last is this is a different way of using DSP, and it's taking, this is Nature's Poem, and this is just the piece I did, and I cut out the leaves and just used the leaves in my pattern using the same colors that come in the set. And this gives you the Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, the Mint Macaron, Suede, Tranquil Tide. So it tells you what colors the paper comes in. And then using the twine before you glue down your image, using the Cajun Craze for the sentiment. So anyhow, that gives you hopefully some other ideas of how to use and maximize your designer paper. One, by using the images. Two, by using it as a framed art. The third, of a background, but stamping on the designer series paper and using it as a dimension. This is the full panel that we're not doing a lot with, but we're using it as the pop on here. This one using the designer paper that's the in colors, and it has different designs in it, and just a 2x2 square, cut out the opposite side for rounding it, and then just angling those. Very simple, and the pearls add the nice touch on that. And then this one I haven't attached yet because I'm not sold on the idea of the white. But this gives you your punches, and just using the designer series paper as a punch and creating like a mosaic tile. Anyhow, hope this has inspired some ideas, maybe purchasing some designer series paper and maximizing your card creations. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.